We don't understand Asia. We don't understand the people in Asia. We absolutely do not understand the Chinese and what they want. They do not want to live in a liberal democracy as we imagine it. They don't want to elect a president from a multi-party system. Xi is effectively the modern equivalent of the Chinese emperor. And they're very happy with that because they see that as absolutely essential to their security. And what are the three things that the Asians expect from their government? They expect security from external attack. And that was something the Chinese emperors failed miserably to do in the last 200 years of Chinese imperial rule. They expect the people to be fed, something else that the emperors failed to do at the end of their dynasty or dynastic succession. And three, they expect the population to be sheltered. Now, if you look at those three things, the Chinese leadership today has done those things very well. If you compare China to, say, India, there is none of the crippling poverty, the horrific poverty that you see on the streets in India does not exist in China. And China has 1.4 billion people. Those three things are what they want. We in the United States should be demanding something similar from our own government. Security, number one, for our country. And that has been treated with complete contempt, if not total disinterest. If they were really interested in protecting us, we wouldn't have this wave of criminality sweeping across the country. We wouldn't have these open borders. How many repeat criminals do we routinely apprehend that have been released for all sorts of terrible crimes, who've been deported and keep coming back? What sort of nonsense is this? Why do we tolerate these things? We have a government that seems to be suicidal here at home and suicidal overseas. They're picking enemies that we cannot take on and defeat, nor should we try, and we don't have to. And at the same time, they're doing things here at home that are destructive to our society. It's hard to imagine a worse set of circumstances. And the question is not so much, what do we do about the government? What do we do about the American people? Who are the Americans? Where are they? What are they doing? When are they standing up and saying, no more? We will not tolerate this any longer. It hasn't happened because here, the standard of living is still too high. Life is still too easy. I think the current financial and economic crisis is about to change that. And so perhaps that will awaken the American people to their responsibilities to themselves. And maybe then we'll get a different government that wants to protect us, that wants to feed us, that wants to shelter us.